YouTube. What's up? It's your boy Original Dog Man. Here's another video I'm gonna get people involved in. I think that this video, the reason why I'm making it is anytime I make a video, is to try to help people truly understand the magnitude or the complexity of a fragrance, or to help people in some kind of way to help them understand the fragrances that they'll be sniffing um, in their future. Okay, so I want to make this into another tag video, just so other people can help other people show us their rich, thick, sweet, and sexy fragrances in their collection. Now, in my collection, I have a bunch, but I pulled out a few. This is a good many. Um, you've seen these fragrances before, so this is going to be like sort of like a recycled video, but not. This is gonna define define certain things about the fragrances that I have in my collection. These fragrances that I pulled out are rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Okay, and when I say rich, I don't mean like money wise or you spend a lot of money on it. I'm just saying they're they're full. They're full of the scent. All right, they're thick. When you smell it, it's like it's a lot to take in. All right, it's not like breezy or airy. It's just really rich in scent, like food. If you taste something, you can taste whether it's light or whether it's rich, or if it's a cookie, you can taste how sweet it is, how rich it is. If it's a brownie or some shit like that, right? Well, these fragrances are rich in that sense, in that manner. They're sweet. They're thick, which means they're full, right? They have a lot of complexity in it, and they're sexy. They may not be sexy to many of y'all, but to some other people, they may be sexy. And some of these, you guys will find sexy yourself. All right, a lot of these fragrances you find sexy, but there's also another topic that I want to bring about here is how our range of scent, how our range of how our senses range when we smell different fragrances. Okay, and it's the weird thing because you might smell one fragrance one day and then smell another fragrance the next day, and you in your mind, your nose will tell you in your mind that they don't smell alike. But once you put them together and you smell them together, you'll be like, wow, they smell just alike. That's the complexity. That's the subjectiveness in our senses, not our eyes, our nose, our taste, our feel. It's all subjective. We can never trust 100% ourselves. And this is the one thing that I've learned about fragrances. This is why fragrances is subjective. Not only is the fragrance subjective, but the perspective of the person who is smelling the fragrance is also subjective. This is why we can't trust everybody in Fragcom. This is why as a viewer, I have to look for certain reviewers who have my taste. That's my job as a consumer, as a viewer, as a subscriber. I have to look for each individual and see what they like. And if I like it and they like it, then maybe that reviewer might just be for me. And if I see a reviewer that doesn't like what I like and he says that something smells bad, but I really like it, well, then that reviewer isn't for me. That's how it works. Somewhat of how it works. Well, let's start off the fragrances. I'm gonna start off with the two. I'm gonna get this topic off, which is our range and sense of smell. There's two fragrances here that before when I smelled them, I didn't think they smelled alike. I thought they were totally different. Okay, the first one is Mancera's Red Tobacco and Carlisle. Carlisle. All right. So when I first smelled these two fragrances, I never thought I could put them. I never thought I would have put them together. Right. I never thought I would have put them together. But one of my subscribers came to my channel. It's like, man, Mancera's Red Tobacco smells just like Carlisle. And in my mind, I was like, fuck no, you crazy. You're crazy. Mancera's Red Tobacco is much more nuclear. Right. I was thinking that. And Carlisle is like a smoked cherry tobacco. This is a rose and tobacco. This is a cherry and tobacco. But I swear, when you put them together and you smell them side by side, they smell just alike. You can't tell the fucking difference. Here, I'm spray them here. I'm gonna spray this one here. They smell almost fucking identical. There is a little difference, but they smell 99.999% alike. I kid you not. Try it. Try it. Put them side by side. Do a video review. I promise you. Just alike. Just alike. If you bought Mancero's Red Tobacco and then you bought Carl, it'd be a redundant buy. Your best out is just to buy Red Tobacco. Red Tobacco is just a freaking amazing fragrance. It's a compliment getter out of this world. I kid you not. But it's very powerful. And it is. It is actually much more powerful than Carlisle. Carlisle is more subtle, more subdued, and it's just a great fragrance also. I love Carlisle, right? I've gotten a few compliments, but not more than Red Tobacco. I think Red Tobacco screams a little bit louder than Carlisle, but they smell just alike. All right, the next fragrance I'm going to talk to you about that you would never think would smell alike, even though a lot of people know that they're both clones of Silver Mountain Water. These two. And this is the old formulation of Sean John's Unforgivable. This is 10 times better than this reformulated shit that he has now in the 100 ml. I was only able to get this in a 2.7. I believe this is a 2.7, which is, I believe, 30 mLs maybe, something like that. It's a small bottle, but the fragrance is hitting. Okay, here's the thing. This take on Sillage, which is Silver Mountain Water, this take on Silver Mountain Water, Sillage, is when you smell it, it's like it's fruity. Citrus. And then it doesn't smell exactly like Unforgivable. All right? And if you smelled this a week ago, say you smelled Silver Mountain Water a week ago, and you smell Sean John's Unforgivable 2 weeks later, you would never put these two senses together. But when you put them side by side, the shit is crazy. The shit hits the fan. They smell identical. They smell the same, like Silver Mountain Water put together. But you know that there's a difference. There is a difference, man. There is a difference. Damn, yeah, see, there's a little citrus in that one. There's a little citrus. But when you put them side by side, and you hit yourself side by side, like one here and one there, you can't tell the difference. You cannot tell the difference. I promise you, you can't. That's the weird and crazy shit about our noses. I just thought I'd share that with you guys and let you guys know that sometimes it's not the people, it's the fragrances. It's the fragrances that change up on the people. Alright? And people can say, oh no, fragrance stays the same. No, it really doesn't. I think it changes. It changes with the weather. It changes with you. It changes with climate. It changes. I believe the light might have something to do with it. Okay? So these are rich and sexy fragrances. Carlisle and Red Tobacco. Rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Okay? And then also Sean John's Unforgivable and Sillage. Rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Alright? Next one I'm going to bring up is Instant Crush. Though this one, the performance, a lot of people say the performance on this Instant Crush is hitting. But to me, it doesn't. It's like this actually lasts long on my skin. But the projection, it's just a projection here. It doesn't project off my skin. Right? But it is thick, it's rich, it's thick, it's sweet, and it's sexy. I give it that. I really do. This is an awesome scent. But I don't wear it because it just doesn't push out. I don't get projection. There's no projection here for me off of my skin. A lot of other people in Fragcom love this fucker. They love Instant Crush. Me, I'm just okay with it right now. Now, if it would have projected and pushed off my skin, I would be wearing this a lot more. But it's still rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Next one, Dolce and Gabbana, the One Intense. Dolce. I'm gonna go ahead and bring out the rest of them. The other Dolce and Gabbana, the One Royal Night, and Dolce and Gabbana, the One EDP. All three of these. Rich. The bottle looks the same. Okay, pretty much. One's just a little lighter. One's a little brownish. Same fucking idea. So I'm not gonna take them out the box. Rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Dolce & Gabbana the One Intense, Dolce & Gabbana the One EDP, and Dolce & Gabbana the One Royal Night. All rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Trust me when I tell you, these motherfuckers here are sexy as shit. This, if you ever want a sexy fragrance, these three is it. Masculine Fougere, a little bit more intense. A little bit more intense and just sexy all around. The EDP is just sweet and sexy. All right. So, the next one I'm going to show you that I believe is thick, rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Bentley Intense for Man. Now, here's the thing. Some women don't like this. A lot of people like this. A lot of men like this, all right? There are a few women who actually like this. But I've had 2 negative compliments off of this. And really, maybe 1 compliment. But this, to me, is sexy as fuck. This is like a brand new Bentley plushed out with leather, and that's what I smell when I smell this. I smell the car interior. This bitch is sexy, man. A lot of people don't think it is, but this is so good, so sexy. Rich, thick, sweet, and sexy right there. The next one, Mont Blanc Legend Night. A lot of people overlook this as a sexy fragrance, but this bitch is sexy. Rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. This Mont Blanc Legend Night, I don't know why people look over it. But man, I really do like this. It's rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. When I first smelled this at Bell's, I thought this was one of the best freaking fragrances Mont Blanc had out. All right, I still do. I still think this is up there with Legend and Legend EDP. All right, I don't think it's better, but I think it's just maybe a notch or 2 under it. But it's still fucking good. This is good. And this is overlooked. This is underrated. This should be rated higher. I'm gonna be real with y'all. This bad boy here, this is a good ass fragrance. And a lot of people overlook this shit, man. But I don't overlook this Legend Night at all. I don't. Check it out. Look at that. That's me actually. I actually use this shit. And I don't know why I've never really did this as scent of the day or whatever. It just always passes me by that I don't use it or don't mention it as scent of the day. But I've been wearing it. It's good. Damn, that's good. All right, the next one. Rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. And a lot of people don't like this compared to Eros because Eros is a freshie. But Eros Flame. This cinnamon motherfucker right here is a rich, thick, sweet, and sexy fragrance. I shit you not. A lot of people like this. A lot of people hate this. It's about 50-50 on this. But I like this. I've worn this. Here, check that out. Look at it. That bad boy's getting low too. And man, and it sticks. It stays around just as long as the regular Eros. A lot of people say, oh no, it don't. Performance don't last. Bullshit. Performance about the same. About the same with the regular Eros. And I got my Eros like 2 years ago. So I don't know what that will tell you, but I got my Eros 2 years ago. Both of these. I think I got this. I got the regular Eros 1 week. Went back the next week and got this one. Had to have this one. I had to have the matching. I said, damn, I got the green. I got to get the red. I don't even want the Eros EDP. I got my 2 Eros. Flame and the regular Eros. All you need. Rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. The other Eros is just rich, thick, sweet, and sexy too, but it's more fresh. But this one is representing Eros as a rich, thick, sweet, and sexy fragrance. This bad boy right here. This is a good one. A lot of people overlook this. They overlook Legend Night and they overlook Eros Flame. They really do. These 2 are some good ass fucking fragrances. People overlook that shit. I hate to. I'm letting y'all know, man. This is why I'm making the video, letting y'all know what's good. All right, the next one. Next 2. Let me do this one here. This one's definitely sweet. Spice Bomb Night Vision EDP. Now, this bad boy here is a sweet and sexy, sweet and sexy fragrance. Rich also. This motherfucker here can be cloying. I've worn this and it's gotten cloying on me. Ooh, Sweet. When you spray this, you think straight out the bat. Right out the bat, candy. Some kind of sweet, sexy ass candy. I like this bad boy. I got two. When I first got this, I thought this bitch was so good. I still think it's good. All right, I don't think it's as good as I first smelled it when I first got it, because there is a cedar note, and most of y'all know I don't like cedar. Okay, I didn't smell the cedar until later in this, but there is a cedar note in here, and I find cedar to be a little funky for me. But when I first got this, I went ahead and purchased another one right out the bat. Straight up, I got two of these right now. I got two of these EDPs, and they good. They real good. I wear them. This is another rich, thick, sweet and sexy, and it's thick. When something is thick, that means if you spray too much, it can be cloying. All of these, if you spray too much, I believe it can. They all can be cloying. The next one, rich, thick, sweet and sexy, Dior Home Intense. Y'all know this bad boy is sexy as fuck. This is sophisticated, sexy. Y'all know it's rich. It smells like Play-Doh. It gives it has a Play-Doh vibe if you get it. But I love that Play-Doh vibe. That Play-Doh vibe in this Dior Home Intense. I don't have to show y'all bottle. Y'all should already know what this bottle looks like. And my box is getting old, so I keep opening it and my flaps are gonna come off. This motherfucker right here. Check that out. Yeah, I don't want to spray no more. But this is, oh my god. If there's anything that's ever sexy, it's ever sexy in this fragrance community, is this bad boy right here. It's got that iris. It's not like the Fahrenheit iris or not iris, violet, or is it violet, or I think it's violet. It's got that iris, but that iris, oh my god, it's sexy. For women, this is unisex. When women wear this, man, I find them sexy as fuck. When I wear this, I'm sexy. I'm sexy. When I wear this bitch, I'm sexy. Right? The next one I find sexy as fuck. Rich, thick, sweet and sexy. This bad boy right here. Tom Ford's Ombre Leather, man. Anybody says that this isn't a rich, a thick, a sweet, or a sexy fragrance, they full of shit. This bitch is rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Now, a lot of people may not get the sweetness out of here. I do. Whew, man. I don't know what else to say. It is sweet. A lot of people say, oh, the sweetness is just right, or they may not have much sweetness, but there's sweetness in here, and I get it every time I spray. It's so fucking sweet. That leather with that sweetness, and then it's got like this straight black leather. I don't give a fuck. It's sweet. It's rich, thick, sweet, and sexy to me. All right, just like the Godolphin. The Godolphin is also sweet. It smells more fruity though. I should have pulled that one out too, because that's rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. This is rich, thick. This can be cloying if you spray too much, especially in summertime. The next two I'm gonna bring up is a duet. Armanico Profumo and Armanico Absolute. Both of these, rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Profumo is a little bit more thicker. And it's a little bit more louder. But Absolute, that bitch is just a smooth, rich, thick, sweet, and sexy ass fucking fragrance. Both of these. When I first got both of these, I don't know, about 2 years ago, when I first bought both, I bought both of these bitches retail. $98. I think I got a discount on it. Because I kept purchasing from Bills, and they give you like deals where they cut the price down every time you buy more. So I think I paid more, like in the range of 78 or something like that for both of these. Anyways, rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Armani Code Absolute and Armani Code Profumo. Y'all don't know what the bottles look like by now. I don't know. Maybe y'all don't need to be watching me. But here, I'll show you. Profumo is the darker color. And Absolute is the more gold. I don't need no other Profumo. These are the two right here. These are two would do it. Now, some people say you need to get the Absolute Gold. I think those pretty much will be redundant buys. I don't know. I don't really want any more Armani Code Profumos. I have my Armani Acqua di Gio, I believe. I got my Di Gio line, Profumo, Profundo, and I think that's all. Oh, and Absolute. I got those three. I'm good with those three. The last one, that's rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Y'all already know. Jean Paul's Gaultier Lamar Le Parfum. This bad boy is rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Yo, all these fragrances, man. Rich, thick, sweet, and sexy. Alright. So if that's what you're looking for, if that's your aim, the majority of these are 10 out of 10s. I'll be real with y'all, because I'm not going to give you if I do give you anything less, I'll let you know. Like, I feel like the Instant Crush doesn't project, but everything else is good on it. The longevity is actually really good. I can still smell it off of my skin. Other people's, I've asked the dude when I wore it, I was like, do you smell it? And the dude said barely. And I'm talking about I sprayed. I sprayed. I oversprayed with this. And the dude, I don't know if his nose was broke or whatever, but I smell it on me. All right, when I wear this, I smell this on me. All right, big time. But other people don't smell it. I've never gotten a compliment with this Instant Crush. And when I asked the dude, I stood right next to him. I was like, "Do you smell me?" He said, "I barely smell you." And I oversprayed with this. All right, maybe his nose broke. I don't know. All right, but I did ask him. I was like, "Do you smell anything on me?" He said, "Barely." All right, so that's Instant Crush. The rest of these, 10 out of 10s, man. I gotta give them all 10 out of 10s for what they do. If you're talking about rich, thick, sweet, and sexy, every last one of these, 10 out of 10s. All right? Just letting y'all know. Maybe that'll help y'all on y'all fragrance journey. Most of y'all who watch me, you guys are already professionals. But this is just for the new subscribers that's coming and don't really know much about fragrances. This should help y'all out. All right? Because trust me, man, I got a lot of professionals that watch me, and I don't know, maybe they watch me just for the kicks, or they just want to hear some rant or somebody talk shit. I don't know. But these are my rich, thick, sweet, and sexy fragrances. Turn it into a tag video. I tag the fragrance wardrobe, Bro Sense, Aussie fragrance, My Two Cents. Who else will I tag? I'll tag Fat Boy Fragrance. I will tag Sam Broom, Trey Sense, Keith from the Fragrant Life. Who else have I been watching? There's a lot of y'all. Barry from Centralize. Wow, man, I've been watching so many of y'all, and the names just it. I don't have good memory, man. My memory's going. But who else have I been watching? Oh, Solomon's Vineyard, Russell Mack. Who else? Who else? Who else? Oh, my boy Steve from Fragrance Fanatic. I've been watching a couple of his interesting fragrances he's been bringing up. Some new houses and shit that I never heard of. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else? Look, Pinoy Kiwi Sense. I've been watching him. Watch his Clone Wars. I like that one because it helped me out on buying shit too. And any of y'all, I seen